Hey y'all, this is Toya. You tuned in to Healthy Talks and Walks with Toya, where we are generational curse breakers that are growing in the uncomfortable. Hey y'all, so I haven't done one of these in a while. I am so sorry, but we had the holidays happen. Then right after that, my husband was had a little issue, re-injury, and then I got sick, ended up with COVID, child. And grace be to God for just recovery and all of that. I'm not all the way 100%, but I'm not where I was, so I am grateful. So as we are moving into the new year, I want to go ahead and put a bow on my growing up and growing out series. Previously, if you haven't checked it out, I was talking about growing up like Christ, and then growing out toward people. The first thing I was talking about growing out in compassion, because I think that a lot of people are so quick. We're in this council culture where people just want to throw folks away. And if we are really trying to be believers, that I don't believe that God just called us to just throw people away, because he didn't throw us away, right? That's for one. And then the next thing I talked about is growing up and growing out in maturity, because as you grow, when I was a child, I done childish things, but as I became a man, I put away those childish things. And so at some point you have to put away some things. I think that God allows us, graces us to do certain things in our youth that we can't carry on into our adulthood. Also too, as in our youth, as in a child, like literally, but also in our youth as babes in Christ. But as we mature, it's time to put that kind of stuff, like being easily offended, cutting folks off and stuff like that. Where is the long suffering and things of that nature, right? So the next thing I want to talk about, and this will be the final piece of that, is purpose. What is your purpose? Getting in God's face, especially around this time, a lot of people are doing 21-day fasts and just different things at the beginning of the year, because you're seeking God's face. Also too, you're seeking your purpose, because that's what the whole thing is about, for us to reach the purpose that we are here for, and so we can reach and impact the people that we're supposed to. And that's whether you're a believer or not. What is your purpose? What do you do? What feeds you back? Where do you, okay, if I done this thing, it'll feed me back, and I feel more purposeful. And so sometimes it's easily to get distracted by people or things, or places that are familiar to us. But as we are in the 21-day fast, I know our church is doing it. I would encourage anybody, for that matter, to kind of like just look at some of your habits. Are they growing? Are your habits, are your circle, are these things supporting where you're going? Because if it's not supporting where you're going, it's only keeping you from where you're going. And so that's an easy telltale sign, right? For one, have a vision, because if you don't know where you're going, any road can take you there, for one. Okay, once you actually get a vision on, this is what I want to do, as we're thinking about, people call it resolutions. You can call it resolution, life changes, life goals, whatever it is. Write those things down. Okay, so is going to this place going to help me reach this goal? If it's not, then it's keeping me from this goal. That's just too easy, right? So making those necessary adjustments so we can get to our purpose, and so that we can make the impact that we're supposed to make here on earth. Okay, so and I also think about that too, when Jesus had to check Peter. And so sometimes we have to check some of the people that are closest to us, and it's not necessarily a negative thing. I mean, if they cannot, if you guys can't have any adversity in the relationship and bounce back or whatever, then maybe that's not a relationship that you need to continue on in. And I say that because when you think about it, once he checked Peter got in line, and then they were right back cool. Why? Because every time you have, again, I've talked about this before, healthy criticism or healthy conflict, it doesn't mean it's the end of the relationship. So when we think about purpose, I think about when Peter was like, no, I ain't gonna let nobody do nothing to you. And Jesus said to Peter, hey, get behind me, Satan, because anybody that's stopping me to move forward to the purpose in which I'm called, then they're not for me, right? And so, again, when we're talking about goals and visions and resolutions and all of those things, once you actually get a clear vision on what it is that you're doing, anything, and if you feel like this is something God has put in your heart to do, or if it's something that is your heart's desire to do, if it's something that's healthy, of course, but if it's not something that's healthy, then that's different. And I mean, that's something that you got to kind of figure out on your journey to healing. Okay, But anyways, I just wanted to tap in with you guys and let you know that I'm okay, that I'm going to be trying to make sure I stay on top of doing my videos. I already got another topic that I'm anxious to really talk about, because it was something that God really had dealt with me on, even here recently throughout this whole little sick stuff. We've been really walking these vows out for this sickness and the health, child. When you get married, it ain't going to be just they going to be in health. When you talking about rich or poor, welcome to poor, welcome to sickness. What you gonna do? You up and out of there, or as you gone? You sticking in here. Okay. So anyway, this is Toya. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, and share, because it may bless somebody else. Peace.